A mom who briefly left her two children at home never expected what happened to them while she was away. She was shocked when she discovered this through their home surveillance camera. Before we continue, please take some time to subscribe to Dailydose, like, and share this video with your friends. Cindy Cordova had gone out for the morning, and her two children stayed behind at home. But what was meant to be a casual outing for Cordova turned into a nightmare when she saw her daughter in handcuffs. Cordova caught the incident via her home surveillance camera and shouted through the speaker to get the cops' attention. However, they did not respond to her and focused solely on her children. Police first arrested Cordova's daughter, and when her son tried to record what was happening, he was arrested too. Cordova was horrified by what she saw and admitted wanting to be home with her children as soon as she could. Police responded to a domestic violence call. Cordova's children, who were 14 and 19 then, had been in their apartment while their mother was out for breakfast on October 22, 2022. While the siblings were home, sheriff's deputies arrived at their apartment complex after responding to a domestic violence call. Cordova's daughter confirmed she had just arrived home to find her brother cleaning the house on a regular day when the sheriff's deputies let themselves into their apartment through the front door, which had been left ajar. Shortly after they entered, the deputies approached Cordova's daughter and placed her hands behind her back. The young woman said she tried to tell them her mother wasn't home. She also confirmed, "I even showed them she's trying to talk to them from the camera, but they didn't care." Cordova's daughter was then placed in handcuffs, and when the deputies noticed that her brother was recording the incident, they grabbed his phone out of his hand and pushed him against the wall of the apartment to handcuff him too. While all this was going on, Cordova was watching from a live stream feed on her phone. She received a call earlier from her daughter that there were cops in their home, which prompted her to check on their surveillance camera. The startled mother explained that her daughter had cooperated with the deputies and tried to explain that she and her brother had done nothing to warrant their arrest. However, it was to no avail. Cordova's daughter said a few deputies were in their home, and she asked them for their search warrant while trying to explain to them that it was only her and her brother at home when they entered. Cordova was confused and worried when she saw how officials maltreated her children. She lamented, "I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know if her son could breathe. Why would he be treated like a criminal?" For months after the incident, the family pleaded with the sheriff's department to give them answers as to why the children were treated so harshly, but they had no luck. Their case only began gaining traction when they then posted the videos on TikTok this year. The Cordovas searched for answers about the arrests. According to the sheriff's department, they received a call from the Cordova's apartment complex after someone had heard screaming and possibly someone being hit. The department released a statement stating, "After several attempts to have the occupants of the residence exit the location to ascertain if anyone was injured inside, the deputies made entry, and a use of force against a juvenile occurred." However, Cordova's daughter disagrees with that statement entirely, saying she and her brother had done nothing wrong, yet the cops still seemingly wanted them outside in handcuffs. The children were shocked at the treatment they received. Their TikTok videos have garnered over 20 million views, and their attorney is on the case. Yet the department says their officials behaved as they should have because the home's occupants were uncooperative at the time. The public is horrified at the Cordova children's treatment. The Cordovas have hired an attorney to help them overcome their trauma and get answers as to why two innocent children were treated so harshly. Talking about the incident, their attorney, Nareen McCurchian, said, "This was outrageous to me because these are kids in their own home, okay? Parents are not there, and these officers took it upon themselves to barge in." She also confirmed the deputies had performed a false arrest and used excessive force on the children when they unlawfully detained them after entering their home. The manner by which the cops handled the situation can be seen in the YouTube video that was posted about the incident. Cordova says her children are still traumatized by the events 6 months later and are fearful of going outside. They also feel that every deputy they see will treat them like the ones who entered their home did. Now, the family is planning to move from their home as Cordova continues to search for justice, hoping this will never again happen to another family. She believes behavior like this needs to be stopped. While Cordova and her family are traumatized by the events of October 22nd, 2022, many people are standing behind them to support their fight for justice. Most people who commented on the YouTube video were understandably horrified by what they saw. One user said they thought Cordova's daughter had reacted appropriately to strangers entering her house without reason, and that anyone who did that did not deserve respect from the residents. Another user wondered what was happening with law enforcement, seeing they always had an aggressive approach to everything. The user added there was no reason for grown men to maltreat teenage children as they did. Deputies claimed the door was open when they arrived at the home, and that was where they entered from. But a user said that still gave them no right to walk into the house, even if they were law enforcement officers. Another user found the situation heartbreaking and said that Cordova's little girl was only trying to defend their family home when the deputies entered. The user wondered how it could be considered proper protocol. One user said they did not blame Cordova for being angry toward the department and upset at their actions towards her children. There's a way to deal with situations, and that wasn't the right way. The Cordovas remain traumatized by their experience, and as they look for a new place to live that isn't marred with horrible memories, they are still searching for justice over what happened.